So before we start off this video, I just want to say thank you to everybody that joined the Discord call yesterday. We just kind of joined a random voice chat server that wasn't private, talked about the merch, and then the second we were done talking about the merch designs, people just started joining. It actually turned out to be pretty funny. Now, if anybody does join the voice chat in the future, I just want to make something clear. I made this clear at the beginning of the Discord call. It's always awkward. It's as awkward for you as it is for me. So like, you get it. So if I'm quiet, I'm not trying to be like disrespectful or ignore you or anything. It's just a matter of at the beginning it's awkward. The more we talk, the easier it gets. That's just what happens. So yeah, just making that really clear. All you guys are just really cool. I recently created the polls channel, which is working so well in getting your guys' opinions on things. That is actually where we are getting your guys' opinions on the merch. Because of those opinions, we did the redesign and you guys are seeming to absolutely love it. There's a lot more ticks than X's now. So that's a really good thing, and people actually seem to be interested, which makes me think people would actually want to buy it if it came out. Because I posted 3 designs and I got you guys to vote which ones you guys would prefer. So we have a few designs up on there. But yeah, if you guys aren't part of the Discord server yet, it is so active, like so much more active than I ever thought it would be. So please make sure to join. The more people on there, the better. Let's move on to the video. So in today's video, I will be showing you guys my kind of favorite, the coolest I think personally, tech that you can actually get under 50, which is really cool because currently, you know, the situation around the world, not many people have a lot of money, people lost jobs, etc., but they still might want to get themselves some pretty cool tech. So I'm thinking I show you kind of my favorite, really cheap, really useful items that you can get for the summer of 2020 that might make your life easier or just are pretty cool. Let's move on. Okay. So the first thing on my list are these cool lenses. Now, I actually got these for a lot cheaper. I actually got these for about €2 on Wish, but I put them down for under 50 because you can actually get proper brands of these on Amazon. And basically what they do is they will bring your photography on your phone to the next level, because not everybody, oh, I thought I was going to reach for the camera, but it's over there. Not everybody has a DSLR they can take pics with, but they still might want to get that wide angle shot, that macro shot, and maybe their phone doesn't have it. Now, I know phones are coming out with more and more cameras nowadays, but for example, my Mi 8 doesn't have a macro camera or a wide angle camera. So for this, I bought these little lenses that you can clip on to your phone, and here we go, and it's clipped on. And with this, you can take wide angle shots, you can take macro shots. So right now, this is a wide angle shot, and these actually have 3. So if I take this off, we get the macro lens. So right now, it's a macro lens. So I'm going to put the macro lens on, and as you can see, it's extremely blurry at the moment, but if I come close to something, very close, there we go, I can take an absolutely incredible macro shot. So those are those 2, and then of course we have my largest one. This is actually one that we use quite a lot on holidays because my parents like the effect it creates. It's the fisheye lens. It's actually the largest one of them all, and if you've ever seen GoPros, you will actually see this fisheye lens being used on them because it just creates such a large effect. So if I clip that on, there is a little circle around it, but look how much you can see now of the room and everything around me. It is absolutely incredible. And now if I take it off, it's a lot smaller. So these things are absolutely amazing if you're planning to go on holidays anywhere. Of course, we don't know if we're going to be able to go on holidays, but if you are planning to take pictures of literally anything, these things are a great addition to just throw into your bag. There we go. That's that. Those little things there, and you can get them for very cheap. Now, the next thing we have on my list is another photography item because come on, summer's coming up. Everyone's going to be taking pics. This is the Gorilla Pod. Now, this is really cool because it has a standard camera, phone, anything mount here up at the top, and you can mount it to anything. So it's essentially a tripod that you could stick on to a pole if you want to take a really quick timer countdown picture, or if you can't get somebody to hold the camera for you, you can stick this onto anything. I actually had my Oculus Rift CV1 sensors mounted to this when I went doing VR in the forest, which was a thing, by the way. So these things are really cool. Sorry, I'm just trying to straighten it right now. My one is like very used because people would come over and they would just bend these for fun. So my one's very loose. So if I were to tie something big up at the top, it would probably just like do that. If you guys buy it new, hide it from all your friends because they will want to bend it. But other than that, it's an absolutely great little item. The next thing we have on our list, and this is just like, I would say maybe a novelty item, I'm not sure. It's a smart home item. People were actually suggesting I make a video on how I made my home a smart home. Don't worry, I will. I really like that idea. But this is definitely one of the items that helps with that. It's my Xiaomi temperature sensor. Basically what it does is you hang it up on the wall. If you guys saw my smart home video, you will see that I actually have this up on the wall. It shows you the temperature, it shows you the humidity levels, and not only that, right now I have it hung up back on the wall. We actually used that back in Poland when we were there last year, and the temperatures were just unbelievable. So we just wanted to know how far up the temperatures were. You can open up the app and it'll actually show you on your app, so you don't even have to check it, which is really cool because smart home. I love smart home. So there you go. Right now it's 26.1 and it says the temperature and humidity are a comfortable level. I would agree. It's a lot better than it was a few days ago. So now the next thing we have on our list is a wireless battery charger and batteries. Because let's be honest, a lot of things still take batteries and you will be spending a lot of money on these batteries because things just eat them up. And if you just don't have a battery charger and charging batteries yet, make sure to get them. Please, it'll save you a lot of money and it'll save the environment. I've actually switched to rechargeable batteries on everything I own. My Xbox controller, all my touch controllers, even my graphical pen for my tablet takes these tiny little batteries, which I managed to get imported into Ireland. Even they are rechargeable. And it just saves so much of a pain in the ass, trust me. And this one specifically is extremely, extremely cool because it takes USB-C. And I'm trying to switch all my devices to USB-C. So this one takes USB-C power delivery. So it actually charges the batteries a lot faster than any of the standard battery chargers. So that's why I got this one, because I love having everything be universal. So that's a really, really cool item. If you want a fast battery charger with batteries, EBL is a great one on Amazon. Seriously, get yourself some rechargeable batteries. Actually, you know what? Change all your batteries to rechargeable batteries. Now, the next one might be kind of like a duh moment, but I got this in Poland last year for 100 zł. Now, it was on sale, and I'm kind of hoping I get more of these sales this year, if you know what I mean. But that means that equates to about 25 euro on this thing. But this is the JBL Go 2. And you might be like, why the hell are you showing us a speaker? Sure, everybody has speakers at this point. JBL is known for their great audio quality and the fact that they're waterproof. And if you're doing summer, you're probably doing water. That's if you're not in Ireland, because the weather here isn't just not okay. And these things are known to pack a punch. And I've been using this as my main speaker for an extremely long time. And trust me, it looks tiny, but it is so unbelievably loud. And I will not be playing it right now because I have neighbors. But this thing, if you can find it for less than 50 euro, I say definitely 100% go for it. Because you're going to get a tiny little speaker that fits pretty much everywhere, packs an incredible punch, and is waterproof. So you can take it to the beach, you can take it to the pool. You don't have to worry about it getting wet because it is entirely waterproof. It's Bluetooth, it has an aux port, so it takes all the different ways of communicating with it, and I think it's absolutely great. And if you don't have a speaker yet, or you have one that isn't waterproof and you'd like to take one to the pool, under 50 euro, right here. The next thing we have on our list is this external hard drive cage. Now, I don't mean this one specifically, but literally any of them. You can probably find them for about under 20 euro. This one is really cool. I really like this one because it's actually waterproof. So if you look inside, it's lined with silicone, which means if I close it, it is fully waterproof. Now, of course, I won't be throwing my hard drives into water, but essentially what external hard drive cage like this gives you is more storage. A lot of us might have old damaged laptops lying around, and taking the hard drives out of those and reusing them as external hard drives is an absolutely great idea if you don't drop them. So for example, if you look right here, this is my videos OneDrive. All of these hard drives that I have behind me right here are 1 terabyte drive, and I have all my videos, etc. stored on them, and I just throw them into this, and boom, I can play my games, and I can edit my videos, and everything just works really well. This is USB 3.0, so the transfer speeds are great, and it actually saves you a lot of money if you already have like old dead laptops from buying external hard drives, which is why this one had to be on the list. It's absolutely great. Now, a lot of you might know I have a certain addiction to OTG adapters, and I mean, yeah, as I already told you, I'm trying to switch everything to USB-C. So an OTG adapter is basically something you plug in to USB-C on one end and get a bunch of different ports on the other end. This one is actually what I use as my daily driver. It's from Ugreen. It gives me a USB-C port in case I want to continue charging the device while it's plugged in. It gives me a HDMI port in case I want to plug in another display. It gives me an Ethernet port for Ethernet if my device doesn't have it, 2 USB 3.0 ports, full SD card slot, and a micro SD card slot. And you can use this, for example, with an Oculus Quest. Like I said, I've been using this with my Oculus Quest to connect external hard drives to it. You can connect it even to your phone, actually, to get a mouse, a keyboard, a USB stick, anything. These things are just so handy. And if your phone supports it, you can actually connect it to Ethernet. These things can actually be used for Samsung DeX, which is great if you have a Samsung device that supports DeX. Of course, I don't. They are just so handy and you can do so many things with them. I love them. And not only that, you can actually find those really cheap. But if you're looking for a better one, I would definitely recommend paying a little more for these, as they are extremely worth it and you will have them for a long time. So the next thing on my list is a Raspberry Pi. Now, if you haven't heard of this, I don't mean the food. A Raspberry Pi is a really tiny computer that you can install Linux-based programs on. In fact, I believe someone even got Windows to run on it. The Raspberry Pi 4 came out now, which is so extremely powerful, you could probably run Windows on it. And these things can be used to create a lot of awesome DIY projects. For example, my smart mirror is actually running on this. My 3D printer is also running on a Raspberry Pi, running Octopi, and I just cannot tell you how useful a Raspberry Pi is, and they all go for under €50. So if you guys don't know what it is, definitely Google it. I'm not going to spend enough time talking about this here because there's just so many things you can do with it. All you need to know is that it's an extremely powerful computer that you can strap a touchscreen onto, make a ton of DIY projects that are just extremely compact. The next thing on my list is RGB light bulbs. Now, again, a kind of novelty item, but it is cool, so it's going on the list. For example, Jennifer, change my lights to red.
Okay.
I'm not sure if you guys can see that, but the lights are now red. Those are my Yeelight bulbs. These things are absolutely great, and to be honest, one of them would be enough to light up my entire room. I got 3. Why? Because they're so cheap. They go for about €25 or €20, and they just add that little bit of flair to your room. And if you have a smart home device, like an Echo Dot, you can actually control these with your voice. You can actually even do that on your phone. They have a great app, and they are a cool item. And then last item on our list is also LED based, because I'm talking individually addressable LEDs, because a lot of people know about LEDs, but believe it or not, when I was talking to people, not a lot of them know about individually addressable ones. Basically, what's happening here is normal LEDs are LEDs that can only take one color at a time. With individually addressable LEDs, they are individually addressable, meaning you can have different patterns going like this and have them changing constantly. For example, I could turn on an insane pattern on my computer for you to show you exactly what you can do with individually addressable LEDs. You could have them on your ceiling, you could have them anywhere, and add that extra flair to your setup and to your room. Especially since if you get that Raspberry Pi, you can actually control these with a Raspberry Pi, so you could totally stick them onto your ceiling. There you go. Check this out. If you want to have a stroke, this is a good way to do it. But you get my drift. You can do so much with individually addressable LEDs compared to normal LEDs. So there's just one last item that I absolutely love and I needed to put in to this video, and that's smart plugs, because smart plugs you can actually get on Amazon for about €20-ish, or maybe even less. And actually, I even saw them in my local shop, which just surprised me insanely. And they weren't even too bad. They were like €25 or something. And smart plugs are just so amazing if you love to save power like I do. I have mine set to turn off everything in my room when I tell my Echo Dot good night. And I also have the same thing done with Home Assistant, that when I leave the house, everything just powers off. And then if I'm within a certain radius, everything turns back on. Smart plugs are really cheap and are just an insane tech item that I think everybody should have if you want to make a smart home. Let's end off this video because I can tell on the camera that it's going a little long and I don't want to be boring you guys. So if you guys like this video, make sure to give it a like. If you disliked it, dislike it, but tell me why in the comments section below. I post tech videos daily and VR videos on Mondays and Fridays. If that floats your boat, make sure to smack that subscribe button with your forehead. Join our Discord community. Follow me on my social media here and here, because that's how I communicate with you guys. Join us on Reddit, where I want to see your spicy memes being posted, and actually a lot of people posted memes there yesterday, and they're all of me being a... So once again, you guys, if you want to see future videos coming up every day, make sure to smack that subscribe button with your forehead, ding my bell, and see you again in the next one. Peace.
A pokaż nam ekran.
Okay, you guys, it's pretty late, but I'm in a call currently right about now with our merch designer, and I think it's time to show her how much we care and how much we want to say thanks, because a few people actually reacted with that they would buy the merch, which is very nice. I'm really happy about that. Thank you guys. But yeah, let's show her some support and let's buy her Discord Nitro. Jesus Christ.
Daj nam ekran, nagrywasz.
Easy. Hey! Okay,
Rozłączył się.
so
Dawaj,
now
dzwonimy do niego.
they can't hear me. They're saying they're going to call me. I can't. No. I can't let this happen. There we go.
Daj ekran.
So guys, that's literally it. I hope she likes it.